Hi, Hirsch Sai here. Today, 25th of February 2021, Wellington, New Zealand, and this is just a bit of a fun talk video for today, based on past classroom comedy from actually my old school days. A few jokes that I remember that I scribbled down. So these are actually not my jokes, admittedly, unfortunately, but these are actually based on true stories or things that actually occurred back in my old school days. I remember one time in history class in high school. So just looking at the notes here on the phone, I remember once in history class in high school, the teacher was teaching us about guerrilla warfare as was used by Mao Zedong in communist China, I think in the 40s. And one of the boys in our class said, "Oh, sir, guerrilla warfare is that when all these monkeys start fighting?" And the teacher just paused and said, "Describe your family later. We're doing history now." Um, and another bit of classroom comedy was a lot of it was actually from in French class because we used to really give a lot of crap or hassle the French teacher a lot. And I remember one time one of my good friends actually he was doing an assignment on French buildings and French famous French monuments and buildings, things like the l'Arc de Triomphe and the Eiffel Tower. And he just wrote all these funny facts on his assignment, and the teacher was so absolutely taken aback by it, in a bad way, that the teacher actually read it out to class, and he was saying, "Oh, the l'Arc de Triomphe is located on the ground. The Eiffel Tower was made by a guy, and in brackets he put some frog, you know, and he didn't have all the pictures on his assignment because he ran out of double-sided sticky tape and sticking them on. And what he did, which I thought was quite funny, is he wrote on the first picture lots of tape, and then on the second and third pictures running out of tape, and then the fourth picture wasn't even there, and then he put no tape. So it's like lots of tape, running out of tape, no tape, and therefore the picture wasn't there on that last one. um, Also, actually, the same guy in my French class. One time when he came in late to class, and he immediately had a drink in his mouth, and he a fizzy drink, a soft drink in a can, and he just finished sculling it and just chucked it straight into the bin. Oop, at the table there, and he chucked it straight into the bin, and the teacher got really angry, the French teacher, because he came in late and he was still drinking, and then he chucked it in the bin, and he's like, "Okay, you came in late, you chucked your drink into the bin, you made your point, now I make my point," and he gave him a punishment right then and there. It's like you made your point, now I make my point. Um, Another one also in French class was when written on the board was the French for of, which is D-E, or D apostrophe. So it's D-E or D apostrophe. And one of my friends wrote on the board dead or dying. So it's like he completed a dead or dying. Um, One time again in French class when we were learning to count to 100, and the French teacher was writing the numbers and the words on the board, and we were sort of counting up, and we passed, if I remember quickly, 82, and we used to always hassle the French teacher about how old he was. And my friend said to the French teacher, "Oh, sir, once we passed 82," he said, "Sir, we must be getting pretty close to your age now." And the French teacher looked at the board and said, nah, still a long way to go. Still a long way to go." One very last joke which happened in a math class, I remember also in high school, was it was the last period on a Friday afternoon, so you know how that feels and how that is. We never forget that. And one of the prefects walked into the classroom and said, "Okay, the following boys have been very naughty and must report to the principal's office at once." And he started reading the names, Callum, and then Callum said, sorry, he started reading the names, and he said Hamish, and then Callum, his friend next to him, said to Hamish, "Oh," because he knew as if he's been naughty. So it's like Hamish, Callum goes to Hamish, "Oh," and then the prefect continued, "and Callum." So Callum got in trouble as well, and we all burst out laughing from that. Um, that's actually all I have from now, not as much as I thought, but just, yeah, just some classroom comedy, just some jokes that I remember that I still laugh at today, which I thought would be fun sharing. Cool. For now, thank you.